What a disgrace it is for a man to grow old without even seeing the beauty and strength of which his body is capable of. I've been thinking about this quote for a while, and we we always talk about this every day.
Mm-hmm.
And we know we live in a society where they'll tell you, as a man, you need to provide and make money and all those other nonsense and BS, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of modern of the modern world. But no one never actually, unless you are in the fitness space or anywhere else, they never emphasize that you need to be strong also as a man. And I think make your money, even though it's very important, but I think it should be emphasized equally that as a man, you need also strength.
Mm-hmm.
You need your health, right? And there's this quote that where they say, in your life, you can have a lot of problems. You can have a lot of problems. But when your health is in jeopardy, it becomes the only problem. So I just want us to talk about that modern people, modern way of thinking of, is money the only thing a man's supposed to pursue? What's your take on it?
Mm. That's a nice quote right there. Let's start right there. That's a nice quote. Uh, Let me start right here. A few weeks ago, I was talking with one of these guys that I know within the complex, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's something that he said to me, which was, if money is your only problem, you're good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's crazy. If money is your only problem, you better than most people out here. Because as long as your health is in point, nothing else matters.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are people right there who got millions, billions, but he just got this one sickness or he got Alzheimer's. It don't matter what he does. This money ain't gonna do nothing. I can't take it in there. So it's truly a shame that people don't know how strong they can get. Even if it's not about how strong you can get, but like maintaining this machine that we got. Because at the end of the day, God only gave you one thing and one thing only. Was there your body. Other than that, anything you can lose it. But you could never lose your body to someone else. It's yours. So if you're not taking care of it, man, you do have a problem. You're gonna have problems. That's what I'm gonna say. But now getting to the main thing, which is it's a shame. Because right now, especially in our South African culture right here, we have this mentality that only if you got them carbon, that's you doing good. But actually, when we're looking at it in terms of science, man, you got a whole lot of estrogen.
We got a lot of
You got a
estrogen.
lot of estrogen.
So what do they call it again? Baby, what do they call it?
What?
When you have them covered, what do they call that shit?
Baby.
What do you call it? When you
Man, I call it a one pack. I'm not sure what's the definition that's used out here
so you
for it.
saying all them the guys with the one pack, they got estrogen.
They got estrogen.
What does that mean when they have estrogen?
I mean, there's two main hormones in the body. There's estrogen and testo, which is
Mm-hmm.
men are supposed to be producing. They produce testo. Then women produce estrogen, right?
Yeah.
Now, for a man, for you to possess a whole lot of estrogen, that means
In actuality, you're not the man of the house.
no, you're weak.
You're weak.
You're weak.
Nah.
Because man, you can get fucked up out here, bro. You can if you get into an altercation with someone who's actually fit. I mean, if you know good technique, of course you can knock the other guy out. However, most of the time you're gonna lose. You're gonna have to go to the gun. That's your only safe bet. But in actuality, you have a lot of estrogen. For example, if you're drinking beer, what does beer have? You got hops. Hops.
You got
It's like,
carbs.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But specifically, I'm talking about the chemical hops. Then that hops has the same chemical shape as estrogen, right? So by drinking it, that means you produce more estrogen. That's why most of the time people who drink alcohol, they get them carb, they get the man tits, right? It's because of it.
So basically, what you're telling me is that the more you drink as a man, you are going to develop the physiology of a woman.
Mm-hmm.
You become feminine.
You become feminine.
And as a result, in your household, you're not
respected.
You're not respected. You're a security guard, basically.
Yeah.
You are basically a financial security guard.
Exactly.
Other than that, there's one thing to have body, but it's also you need to look like a man also.
Exactly. Back then, of course, your king still be fat. It's cool. But the actual warriors, look at the warrior. You can't have a dead bad warrior over here. How is he gonna walk kilometers? How is he gonna hold a shield? But
They would say that strength is not needed in modern times.
In modern times,
yeah, nobody's fighting anybody.
I mean, you can say that, but what about the dark side of humanity? When you got people jumping you, somebody trying to take what you got. If you can defend yourself, well, at any time, any situation, you could. I mean, you could have all the money in the world, but the moment you disrespect the wrong guy, he could mollywop you.
It's a matter of when.
It's a matter of when. You're not safe.
So it's not that nobody is fighting, but what you're saying is when an altercation or something does happen, it's life-threatening.
It's life-threatening.
You'll be wondering, why haven't I been doing this from the beginning? Okay.
Also, think of it like this. When you look at the people who've been gymming for the longest time, they don't get sick like that. I mean, let's look at the hoods, bro. These people are walking kilometers every day. That's why it's rare for someone to be sick. Like your simple illnesses, stuff like that, they don't get hit by that. Brothers are always walking. I'm gonna walk here all the way to the other side, but 5 kilos, that's cool.
Over 10,000 steps a day.
Over 10,000 steps a day. When we're young, hey, we walk kilometers just to go play disc with those guys. We're gonna F them up, bro. We betting $5 a match.
Sticks. Is that what we're doing?
That's what we're doing. We're gonna walk all the way here, 10 kilos, and go mollywop these guys and come back later. That's why in the hood, these guys are healthy, but they don't just get sick like that. When they get sick, most of the time it's life-threatening.
It's life-threatening.
It's life-threatening. That's why even most of the time, even like back then, the old people used to live longer because they were active.
They were active.
They were active. If you're not active, bro, you can feel your body like, damn, I'm getting old. You get what I'm saying? I'm getting old. Like I can't even, man, reaching for that boulder on the floor. It's a mission. You can't keep up with the kids no more. just want to sleep, or you just want to sit down. Nah, you're not taking care of this machine, bro.
Not taking care of this machine.
Yeah, you have to take care of the machine. The machine is the only thing that you got after all.
The machine's the only thing that you got.
That's the only thing God gave you. You get what I'm
Okay.
saying? So me personally, I don't want to die without ever reaching my peak physique over here.
They say also physical exercise is the best therapy for depression.
Mm-hmm.
So we live in a world where it seems like everyone or everywhere you go, somebody is depressed. And then if physical exercise is the cure for depression, what does that mean that depression is a thing right now? It means seems like people are holding on to more than their brains could handle. They are overloaded.
Mm-hmm.
So their brains are not regulated properly because all the stress that you are holding, you could alleviate the stress in your body or your sadness or whatever you are going through physical exercise.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, when you are depressed, it means your brain is not strong. And the only way for your brain to handle the toughness of the world is, life is war. And if life is war, it means it's a mental battle most of the time. You will find that you can solve most of your problems at the beginning by just working out. If your mind is clear and you are gymming, it's much easier for you to attack the world and then keep going day in, day out, even though things get hard. But as long as you exercise, you'll have a clear mind to think of ways to get you out of whatever you are going through. So what do you think about that?
I mean, that's true. I mean, then when you're in the gym, you never in your mind. You just dishing it out to the body. Dishing it out to the body. You focused on this muscle growing. When that pain hits, sensational, bro. Clinging and banging. There's no, that's one of the most sensational feelings in the world, bro. You get me? But that's what you're trying to say. That's true. Like, personally, I don't believe in depression. Let me start there. I believe in feeling depressed. So when you feel depressed for a long time, end up feeling like it's depression. Most of the time, if you just do something, you feel good. Most of the people that I know that were not gymming before, after they start gymming, be like, man, I mean, life is actually good, bro. I can move. I'm autonomous. When you in there, you stimulating blood flow. Blood is going to the brain. You can think of new ideas. You get me?
Just walking, talking to nature.
Just talking to nature. Doesn't have to be nothing crazy. Just taking walks every now and then. It's refreshing for the mind.
For the mind.
For the mind. Don't forget, you gotta master the body first. When the body, like, even all these gurus out here, they tell you, bro, if you start with the body, everything else will fall in place eventually. Every time. If your body is not stimulated, you can't stimulate the mind. After all, the brain is just an organ as well. It needs blood flow.
Okay.
Am I speaking bullshit?
Nah, you really on the money, right? So check this out, right? Let me just move a little bit from that. And this is something that we always talk about also. And this is from like Marcus Aurelius, right? This is a quote from Marcus Aurelius. And he says, It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. So, check this out. Beginning to live, me personally, I don't think a whole lot of people are not living. And I say that because most of us have. I gotta wake up in the morning, 6 o'clock every day. And if I'm waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning, I have to go to work. So 80% of my life is spent waking up for another man. Think about that. 80% of my life is spent waking up for another man. Basically, another man is telling me when to wake up, when to get to work, when to leave, when to go on holiday, and when should I sleep. And if 80% of the people in the world are living like that, are they living?
Dang. I mean, there's people, of course, who want it like that, but I wouldn't say that's living. Because most of the time, most of the people I know, they don't like it. They're doing it because it's what we've been told is what we need to survive. Go and work, come back, retire, die. Right? But for me personally, I want to have the mentality that I need, that I'm about. I want to kill what I eat and eat what I kill.
You wanna eat what you kill
and kill what I eat.
and kill what you eat. Break that down. What does that mean for people who don't understand what you're talking about there?
Basically, I get 100% for my efforts. The gains, they come to me. Because when I go wake up every day, go to work, somebody over there is telling me shit, hey, you better meet this deadline. If you're not, this job, you can kiss it goodbye. So I'm always in danger.
You have to perform. You're in a circus. You're in a circus, basically.
Exactly.
You're in a circus performing for the boss so that the boss could make, he's monetizing you. And then, like a good little boy, he's giving you a check. It doesn't matter if you are, even if you are getting paid over 100K a month. At the end of the day, the boss is making 100 times more than that.
Exactly.
And then if you say something the boss does not like, or you're not part of the circle of management, he could sack you.
Exactly.
Your life is dependent on another man. So if you are a man working for another man, is it worthy? Is it worth just quitting, or while you are working, do something on the side so that you could never hear from another man ever again? Another man not giving you orders, anything like that. Is it worth it? Because I gotta pay the bills at the end of the day. It's sweet to say you wanna quit and all that, but rent is due. And for most people, our plans or dreams don't come by immediately when we want them. So some people might have to stay in the workforce for much, much longer. So how would I navigate that over the long haul so that sometimes it might take 20 years to get out of the workforce and work for myself or do whatever I want to do. So in the meantime, what should I be doing before I get to the point where I could say, F you to whoever my employer is?
First, okay, that's what I'm going to say. Everything's not set in stone every time. Like, what did this guy say? Aaron, he said, yes, I'm sorry, said something like,
Who?
Aaron Yeager. You know that bad boy?
Why are we quoting enemy right now?
Nah, just listen.
Yeah,
So
cool.
you might be, what you're doing right now might be shit, or you might be in a dark place, but you'll never know unless you go to the other side. On the other side, there might be another hell waiting for you. So you can never be sure which one is the right idea. Some people they quit and then they grind it out. It happens for them. But some people it doesn't. But
They have to go back to the workforce.
they have to go back to the workforce. So you can never know what is the right answer unless you're fully into it. It's based on luck, how much you grinding, and are you willing to take the risk?
So
Because it's a risk, regardless.
life is a risk.
Life is a risk.
So
What I don't want is get to 80 years old and I've been in the workforce this whole time and I'm looking back and I'm like, man, I could have tried it. Might as well try it now. I take that L, cool, I'll go back into the force. I'm gonna be back again until I get what's mine. That's how I see it.
And then you want to get to a point where you live life on your own terms.
On my own terms.
The only rules that you follow are that of the government.
Exactly.
But you should get to a point where there's no one on planet Earth can tell you how to live.
No.
What you should and shouldn't do. What's right and what's wrong. As long as you are not doing anything illegal, there shouldn't be another human telling you what you should and shouldn't do. You do what you want to do.
Exactly. I am my own man.
You are your own man. And for me, there's only two ways for you to get there. So I'm tying it back to what we talk about. You need strength. Strength to defend your ideals. Without strength, you're just talking. That's the first thing. For you to defend your ideals, you need strength. So that if I have a disagreement and somebody feels like my way of life is offending them, I should have the strength to defend myself. If they choose to take the offense to violence, I should be able to defend myself. And financial freedom. Those are the two things that I need to be free. As a man, you need those two things. Strength and money.
They go hand in hand.
They go hand in hand.
You can't have one without the other.
You can't have one without the other. If you have money and you are mentally weak, it's much easier for you to lose that money. How do you lose that money? You become a simp, where you spending money on the wrong people. You're a sucker. If you have money without strength. If you have strength without money, you are just a brute. The world that will not respect you either way because they'll see you as just a brute. You need both of those things. Strength to defend your ideals and your way of living, and money to control how you want to live. Those are the two things that you need. You can't have one without having the other. And with strength, also, it means your health is in check. Because I say again, you can have a lot of problems, but when you get sick or you have a health issue, that becomes the only problem you have. All the other ones are like you forget about them. Because now your life is on the line. That's when you realize that everything else was meaningless. I should have focused on health. So when I talk about strength, I'm talking about not just physical strength. I'm talking about mental strength also. Spiritual strength. You need to be strong physically, mentally, so that you are not easy to break. Life does not break you easily. So if you are rich and then you have something that's traumatic, it's easy for you to go into drugs because you are mentally. It's easy for you to go into drugs because why? First of all, you have the money to afford these drugs to begin with. You can just buy them and then get your fix. That's the issue. That is the issue. So either way, you need both of those things. That's why I wanted to talk about they go hand in hand. We started talking about strength first, and we I went into the workforce money first. Because the one thing that I hate the most right now on the internet is that it seems everywhere you go, when you click on YouTube, it's always money this, money that, money this. And then there's a whole lot of arrogance out there, or where people are imposing, and there's a lot of envious. We live in a very envious world right now, where you're looking at the internet and you're seeing other people living it up. You're thinking, why aren't I doing that? And when that happens, it means you are bound to try to cut corners there, start scamming, whatever. And people need to realize that if it's not coming to you easily, it means you're not scamming people.
Mm.
If I'm scamming people, the money will come easily. But you need to be willing to suffer in this world if we are a man. It's what makes you to become the type of man that you want to be wise at the end of your lifetime. It's what makes you. You need suffering. And suffering is very good for you to suffer for your dreams. Because once you do achieve those dreams, it's not, no one could ever tell you that you got there by luck. Enough, they can't take it away from you. And it's not easy for anyone to take it away from you, King. I just said that. But the issue here that I'm trying to say is you want to suffer for your kids so that your kids don't suffer. If you got money without suffering, that only means somebody must have suffered to get you that money. Somebody needs to suffer to make wealth or whatever you are trying to achieve, money. So if you got into wealth without suffering, that only means somebody else had to suffer for you. I'd rather be the one suffering for my kids so that they don't have to face the world. Trying to build something from scratch is pretty hard. And I don't want to get to a point where my kids have to build something from nothing. That's all I have to say for today. So I think we should try and close it there. And I think this message reaches a whole lot of people because I think it, we might have not articulated what we wanted to say in a way that is easily digestible, but I think these are very important topics that people should be talking about. And I guess, I guess we'll end it there.